And we continue live from Orange County. It's the John Phillips Show on the road.
Johnny, we are in Santa Ana at Rove Santa Ana and Recharge by Gelson's, 1008 East 17th Street in Santa Ana off the 5 at the corner of East 17th and Lincoln. This is a giant premium convenience store attached to 40 EV chargers. It is the gas station of the future, the charging station of the future, because typically if you're an electric car driver, you have a charger at like a hotel or in the middle of nowhere. Here you got a whole lounge you can hang out at. You got food, you got drink, you got Wi-Fi, and you got great bathrooms. So come on down and see us. There's free samples from some of the vendors here, energy drinks, tea, coconut water, and there's barbecuing going on with hamburgers and hot dogs. So we're here till 3. Come on down, get a selfie. We'd love to see you.
Now, how long have you been driving an electric vehicle?
I have been driving, let's see, I had the Volkswagen for 6 months before I totaled it on the freeway. And then this car I've had for, it'll be 3 years in July.
How long did you wait before you started stealing electricity from your neighbors?
Not very long.
That's what I thought. All right. It is our pleasure to welcome our next guest to the program. He is the District Attorney of Orange County, California. Give a warm welcome to District Attorney Todd Spitzer.
Great to be with you.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Now, we just did a crime blotter story in the last segment, and there was a shocking twist at the end. I don't know if you saw it. It was on the news last night, where there was a car that was stolen in Los Angeles County that had AirPods that were left in it, and the car was recovered in Irvine. Now, here's where the story takes a turn that you're not expecting, because the crime did occur in L.A. County. Because the car ended up in Orange County, an arrest was made.
Is that the twist?
That's the shocking twist. Because had it stayed in L.A., I don't think that would have happened.
Oh, I completely disagree with you now, my friend. Let me just tell you, L.A. is not the same L.A. Now, we're not talking about the fire and the lack of leadership and all the problems, but Nathan Hochman is the DA. You've got a great chief of police in Jim McDonald for LAPD. Sheriff Luna, I just saw him a couple weeks ago at the going away for the United States Attorney Martin Estrada, and he is, I believe, re-energized because we now have a DA in L.A. who's taking his job very seriously, and I couldn't be more proud of the work that Nathan Hochman is doing.
One of the issues that you're dealing with here in Orange County, and it's not a problem that's unique to Orange County, we're seeing it happen all over, is crime tourism, where people are coming from other countries. Chile in particular is a problem right now, where criminals come up and they commit crimes while they're here, and then they intend on going back to wherever it is that they're from. You are making that a focus of your administration here in Orange County. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, it's getting a lot of publicity now because professional athletes' homes are getting broken into. And so, these professional athletes have a lot of stuff to take. And these criminals, these Chileans, mostly Chileans, are coming in. I'll explain the visa program that they're coming in on in a second. But they're coming into our country, and when they're arrested, they have this loot from these athletes' homes. I've been talking about this now for several years. I had former Speaker Kevin McCarthy come to Orange County. We briefed him and Ken Calvert and some of the other Congresswoman Kim, some of the other delegation members, Michelle Steele at the time. And really, let me just tell you what this program is. So internationally, tourists can come to the United States on this electronic visa program. And basically, you can go online for $21 and you fill out about 15 yes or no questions. You can get a 2-year visa, and it allows you to come to the United States 90 days at a time. However, one of the requirements is a criminal background check as part of the application process. There is not one South American country that has been allowed to remain in the program because they have all repeatedly violated and they've been removed from the program. It doesn't mean that individuals from those nations can't come to the United States. They just can't come in through this streamlined process. But Chile continues to violate, does not provide background checks, and they know that, they exploit it, and we are getting burglarized blind. And it happened in Shady Canyon, in Irvine. It's happened all over Orange County. And the reason it's happening in the neighborhoods I talked about is because these Chileans lie in wait. They watch your every movement. They hide in your bushes. So generally it's homes that abut Greenbelt, and they hide in camouflaged outfits, and they know when you're not there. And that's when they go into your home and steal. I have been begging Homeland Security. I have been begging the State Department for years now to end this visa program. I'm hoping with the new administration we'll get some relief, but we have not had any success to date, despite the fact, John Phillips, that the FBI and the Department of Justice have been telling this to State Department and former Homeland Security Director Mayorkas for years, and yet they did nothing.
Why is it that professional athletes in particular are being targeted? Is it because you know if they're on the road, they have a road game, they're playing in Boston, they're playing in New York? Or is it because the criminals believe that the Angels provided them with drugs and that's what they'll find at the house?
Well, it may be your latter theory, but I give great weight to the former, which is, they know that these professional athletes are out, and when they're gone and they're on the road, they're out for substantial periods of time. But they have perfected this art. They're in and out in no time at all. They get into our safes. They generally come into upstairs windows. People have not heretofore had motion sensors on their upstairs. If you do not have a motion sensor in your upstairs, you really need to install it and add it to the rest of your system, because the Chileans are coming in because they realize that that's been a vulnerable part of most people's households. But no, they're targeting because of the wealth, but they're also targeting all large properties where they think there's things to steal, and they've been very successful.
Is this a reminder that people should maybe, if you're on vacation or you're on a business trip, whatever, not post about it on social media while you're gone? Maybe wait till you get home? I'm always reading about my friends who are all over the globe. They're here and there, and they're posting on Facebook. And I ask myself this question, that would be better something to put when you get back home. But I totally agree with you. I mean, all these different modalities are being potentially monitored, and all they do is expose you to people who are trying to, hurt you or steal from you. Look, at the end of the day, I'm pretty tired of living in a way that I shouldn't have to live and we shouldn't have to live because of the failed border policies. And this visa program is a no-brainer. It is a layup. Chile should not be part of the ESTA visa program. Everybody knows it. But let me just tell you one thing, and I'll just put it out there, and you can tell me what you think. And that is, Chile is the largest international exporter of lithium. And I am starting to wonder if the reason Chile continues to be able to stay in the program, despite every law enforcement agency, including federal law enforcement agencies, advising Homeland Security that this is a serious problem and that this program should end, it hasn't. And it could have something to do with the fact that the natural resources of Chile are too precious for the United States to jeopardize. And I don't know if I'm right. I hope I'm wrong, but there's no logical explanation for why Chile remains in this program. We're speaking with the District Attorney of Orange County, Todd Spitzer. District Attorney Spitzer, one of the things that we're seeing right now with all of the chaos going on with the fires, primarily in Los Angeles County, but Orange County has not been immune to fire over time as well, is that criminals target fire victims, whether it is looting, whether it's a crooked contractor, whatever the case may be, instead of bringing out the best in us, it can also bring out the worst in us when there's a natural disaster like these fires. How aggressive do you see law enforcement going after people right now who are preying on these fire victims?
Well, I saw Attorney General Bonta come out very strong against looters and price gougers. Nathan Hochman, the DA, the new DA of LA, has been strident in his enforcement of the laws. I recently penned a letter with my colleagues from the surrounding counties that adjoin actually Los Angeles County, to ask the governor to declare a state of emergency so that if there's price gouging in our counties, because people are looking for housing all over Southern California, it's not limited to Los Angeles County, that we also can enforce the laws that are on the books. The caveat to that, though, John, is that price gouging is only enforceable when there's a declaration of an emergency in the county in which you are the prosecutor or the price gouging occurs. And so we don't have states of emergency declared by the governor for the fires in Los Angeles in our counties. But we are still waiting and hopeful that the governor will declare that we have emergencies in our counties only with respect to the price of housing, so that if we find people who are exploiting the victims of the fire, we can enforce those laws here as well. But look, I know you completely agree. You're sick to your stomach when you see people looting people's debris and possessions that might still be remaining under the debris or within the debris after their home is burned to the ground. But one of the things we did get the governor's support, because Nathan Hochman and I asked the governor to support legislation to make looting a straight felony. Right now it's a wobbler. It can be reduced to a misdemeanor. We want it to be a straight felony with 2, 3, or 4 years maximum in state prison. The governor has declared he supports that change in state law. So that's fantastic, and we're looking forward to the legislature acting. But, John, if your house burns to the ground and you have people come onto your property and start sifting through, with a fish net from an aquarium, right, or a magnetometer, they're trying to find things that are in the ground that are precious metals, rings, maybe diamonds, who knows what, things that, burned up or survived. That is not a crime.
Are you kidding? The only thing they'd find at my house is maybe some Angels collectible gear and Star Trek Signature Series mugs, things like that. Loser lottery tickets.
If it's ceramic, if the mug is ceramic, you might be okay. Okay, that might be the only thing surviving right now about the Angels baseball franchise. But that's a discussion for another day. But my point being is that it is not a crime for somebody. Trespassing is a crime. But if you come on with the intent to steal, to go through people's property to find their heirlooms and things like that, that is not a crime in California. We're asking the governor to support legislation to make that a crime. We also want to have an enhancement for looting during an emergency and other things like that. But the fact of the matter is, the laws are not strong enough today, obviously, to deter people who are committing these crimes. Luckily, in quotes, for Los Angeles, Nathan Hochman is the DA and not George Gascon.
Last question before you go. Of the fire victims that I have spoken to, many of them are relocating to Orange County. They're going to Newport Beach in particular. Are you noticing a large influx of people from Los Angeles who were victims of the fire moving to Orange County? Because my guess is a lot of them are going to like it down here and may not go back.
So, as you know, every insurance policy in California requires the insurance company either to give you the replacement value of your home, if you were insured to that amount, or a like amount of money, less the mortgage, if you still have a mortgage, paying that off, for replacement property. So if people can relocate, a lot of people are not going to rebuild in those fire areas. Why would you? I mean, Why would you want to suffer through that again, potentially? But more importantly, you're not going to be able to get insurance. And the state's response to the FAIR plan is not insurance that is going to satisfy anybody, or, in my opinion, the banks who are lending money for mortgages on newly rebuilt properties. So unless you're completely dedicated to rebuilding in the Palisades or the other fire-torn areas, Altadena, a lot of people are not going to rebuild. And it's interesting that I'm not even sure it's smart to rebuild with the same amount of density as they had before for exactly the reasons that we saw with the devastation. But yes, people were moving to Orange County when George Gascon was the DA because they wanted the heck out of Los Angeles County. So, is there a reason to stay now? Yeah, law enforcement finally got what it needed back to protect the public. But, hey, we have a great county. We're the safest large county in California and one of the safest in the United States. This is a great place to live. But you know what? I grew up in L.A. I went to school in L.A. I was a cop in L.A. I was a high school teacher in L.A. I still believe in Los Angeles, and I still think that L.A. is going to come back strong.
Todd Spitzer, the District Attorney of Orange County, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great weekend.
All right, John, thank you so much. Hi to everybody.
Right now it's time for KABC Dependable Traffic. It's the John Phillips Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC, live from Santa Ana.
We're in Orange County all day. We'll be here till 3 o'clock at Rove, Santa Ana, and Recharge by Gelson's, 1008 East 17th Street in Santa Ana, off the 5 of the corner of East 17th in Lincoln. We've got vendors here giving away free samples like Yerba Mate and Vita Coco and C4 Performance Energy and Monster. And if I drank all of those at once, I don't think I'd ever go to sleep again.
Oh, if you drink all of those at once, you're going to become the new Hunter Biden.
We're at 1008 East 17th Street, off the 5 of the corner, East 17th in Lincoln. We're here till 3 o'clock. This is Rove, Santa Ana, a full-service EV charging station with 40 ultra-fast chargers. There's a premium convenience store, Recharge by our friends at Gelson's. It's beautiful in there. They got a lounge, and we're here hanging out till 3.
If you'd like to email the show, you can do so at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. That's johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. And Randy, now that we've hit the halfway point of today's show, if you want to listen to more of us after we sign off at 3, that's easy to do.
Like, I've been talking to a few members of the audience, and some of them have spotted Katie Porter in town because she lives down here. So maybe you'd like to hear some of our older episodes when we covered Katie Porter extensively. Go to KABC.com, click on podcast.
Don't believe the BS.
Go to Apple Podcasts app, iHeart, Spotify, search for The John Phillips Show, hit subscribe. You can download all the episodes.
Please.
You could do a Google on the YouTube.
I call it the shift gift.
Or get that handy-dandy KABC app.
Little D.
Search KABC AM in the Apple App Store or the Android Store.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
It's the easiest way to listen live to this radio station and download all the podcasts. You can listen to them whether your name is Peter, and you can listen to them if your name is Paul.
Paul!
Now, why anyone would want to relive that, I don't know. That would be like reliving a car accident.
We have people that email us that go back to 2020, and they relive all the Ferrer stuff.
I have tech issues.
That would make you a glutton for punishment.
Next slide.
All right. We are at the halfway point. We're in Orange County, and right now it's time for headlines. It's the John Phillips Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC, live from Orange County.
We're in Santa Ana at Rove, Santa Ana, and Recharge by Gelson's, 1008 East 17th Street in Santa Ana, off the 5 at the corner East 17th in Lincoln. We'll see you live Friday the 7th, which is today, but I was reading yesterday's copy. Hey, we got food going on out here. There are burgers, there are hot dogs, $5 burgers, by the way. You don't see that usually. usually these days. But we've also got a whole bunch of vendors with drinks. There's a full-blown convenience store inside, recharged by Gelson's. And there's plenty of places to charge your electric car and plenty of places to park your regular car. So we're here till 3 o'clock. Come down, say hi, we'll take a selfie.
And right now it's time to reopen the California Crime Blotter.
If the cashier is dummy.
Questions?
And Randy, this edition takes us down the 5 freeway.
Somebody went to a salon and had a tirade over shampoo. What happened here? Let's find out with NBC 7 in San Diego County.
A tirade in Santee in a hair salon led to an assault with a deadly weapon charge against a man who threw a lot of shampoo.
Yep, well, as you would...
Wait, was the shampoo the deadly weapon?
Well, maybe they wrecked his perm.
Threw a lot of shampoo.
Yep, well, as you would imagine, it was caught on camera, and that video is now getting some interest on social media. NBC7's Dave Summers spoke to one of the stylists in the line of fire.
I mean, you have to have fun with this story, right? If you're in local news, it's been nothing but fires and floods and disasters. So when you finally get a silly crime story, you got to enjoy yourself.
Well, I just hope that he didn't just get a regular haircut. I want something a little bit out of the ordinary, a little bit unusual. Maybe he went in and said, I want the James Brown. Fried, dyed, and laid to the side.
We had someone kind of freak out on this.
The talk around Great Clip Salon in Santee Wednesday night.
I took the video of him. I just didn't know how he was going to act.
Is about the...
You know, crazy people usually don't take kindly to you filming them being crazy.
Yeah, that tends to irritate them.
I just didn't know how he was going to act.
Is about the video of the man identified as 27-year-old August Marriott exploding.
They just threw a bunch of stuff. I'm at the Great Clips in Santee.
What did the shampoo do to you, bro?
Just imagine what he's going to do to him on Yelp.
Stylist Jessica Shermer is the other voice on the phone. She shot the video and called 911.
I'm pretty shaken up.
That's a multitasker. She was still filming him while calling the police.
Dodging the shampoo.
She shot the video and called 911.
I'm pretty shaken up because we didn't know if he had anything in his pockets, weapon, knife. You don't know how someone's going to act when they just kind of snap like that.
Shermer says Marriott walked in the door just before closing time, complaining he couldn't make an appointment online. Despite the late hours, she agreed to stay and cut his hair.
Oh, that was a little too nice.
Who loads up on weapons before they go to a beauty parlor?
That was followed by a barrage of angry slurs.
Big ugly glasses on your face. I should knock them off your face.
After he was told to leave,
Wait, so she says, yes, I will cut your hair, and then he starts cursing her out?
That never happened to Floyd the Barber on the Andy Griffith Show.
Big ugly glasses on your face. I should knock them off your face.
Is this a Santee salon or the LA City Council?
After he was told to leave, it got more dangerous.
You need to leave.
Shut the up!
Whoa!
Well, at least they have plenty of soap to put in his mouth.
Now, I'm not going to say that this man's behavior is entirely because he was being filmed, but it didn't help.
After 2 minutes of this tirade, the intruder left. Shermer says that's him in the white car. On Tuesday, nearly a week after this incident, sheriff's deputies from the Santee station arrested Marriott in Chula Vista.
Once again, there's a major difference in these stories. If it takes place entirely in LA County, or if it takes place in Orange County or San Diego County, usually someone gets arrested.
Well, and in San Diego County, it's a guy having a meltdown at a beauty parlor. In L.A., you can push someone in front of a moving bus and they don't care.
Sheriff's deputies from the Santee station arrested Marriott in Chula Vista. His booking records indicate he's been charged with assault with a deadly weapon, vandalism, and a parole violation.
Does he have to pay for all that shampoo, too?
Las Vegas court records indicate Marriott has at least 2 other aliases, Juan Martinez and Cooper Hill.
All of those names sound fake. August Marriott?
While no one was seriously injured, the random attack left an emotional mark.
That next night when we were closing, I was looking out the window, kind of making sure we did everything at the same time so we could leave at the same time.
She probably holds that straight edge razor real close now.
Oh, yeah. I hope she kept the credit card that he tried to pay for the haircut with. Bobby Hampton Inn.
Marriott's arrest is a relief to Shermer, although she hopes it's a path to getting him help and not just more jail time.
Oh, no.
No, he needs more jail time. You have a complete meltdown in a beauty parlor, go to jail.
We cut hair. It's not like I'm on the front lines somewhere.
In Santee, Dave Summers, NBC 7.
There you go. The crazy guy who had an insane tirade for no reason at a Santee salon in San Diego County.
Hey, honey, how was your day at work? Well, outside of the psycho, it was fine. We got some new In Touch weeklies delivered. All right, Randy, we're live in Santa Ana.
We are broadcasting live in Santa Ana at Rove, Santa Ana, and Recharge by Gelson's. We're at the corner of East 17th and Lincoln in Santa Ana, 1008 East 17th Street. If you want to look it up on your Google or your Apple, I think you look up Rove Charging. It'll get you right here. There's a whole convenience store here where you can get your lunch, you can get your dinner. We've got a guy making hamburgers and hot dogs on the cheap, and there are vendors giving away free drinks like Vita Coco and Monster and Yerba Mate, and if you want something else, there's a whole convenience store in there, so enjoy it. It's beautiful in there. Go get yourself some Gelson sushi.
I don't think I've seen a massage parlor in this shopping center.
No, not in this one. But
because, Barbara Ferrer could be going deep cover.
She could, but remember, she is the public health director for L.A. County. Yeah. So even if she did decide that she wanted to find out if anyone was giving out the happy ending special, this would be out of her jurisdiction. She would have to go all the way back up to Santa Fe Springs.
When she's going deep cover trying to make an arrest, you know what Lewis told me she does?
Uh-oh. Get your finger on the dump, Wayman.
No, she goes in there and she says, I want the combo platter, if you know what I mean, and then winks at him. All right, we're live in Santa Ana, and right now it's time for KABC Dependable Traffic. It's the John Phillips Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC, live from Santa Ana.
We're broadcasting live today at Rove, Santa Ana, and Recharge by Gelson's. This is 40 ultra-fast EV chargers hooked up to a beautiful premium convenience store operated by our friends at Gelson's. So they've got all the take-home stuff that you love at Gelson's. The Wolfgang Puck salads, the sushi, the sandwiches, and everything else you would expect at a high-end convenience store. We've got some free samples of some of the vendors out here like Yerba Mate and Vita Coco and C4 Performance Energy and Monster. So get yourself a drink, get yourself a snack inside, or they've got hamburgers and hot dogs they're grilling on the cheap. I think I got the menu right here. The Wahlburgers and cheeseburgers are $5. The Dietz and Watson hot dogs and all beef hot dogs are $4. And the jalapeno cheese, that's $3. And you get a combo for $6. That's pretty affordable.
They've really upped their game because not that long ago, if you went to a convenience store, the only thing that they had to offer were products endorsed by the Macho Man Randy Savage.
We're trying to class it up a little here. We're here till 3 o'clock. If you want to stop by, say hi, take a selfie, 1008 East 17th Street in Santa Ana, off the 5 at the corner of East 17th and Lincoln. And we're here till 3 o'clock at Rove, Santa Ana, and Recharge by Gelson's.
If you'd like to email the show, you can do so at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. That's johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com. And Randy, you're monitoring the mailbag.
Penny writes in at johnnydon'tlikeshow@gmail.com and says, so you're considering college, wondering what you wanted to do in life, and think, maybe I'll be a beautician. That sounds like a safe profession. It was until August Marriott showed up.
It's the John Phillips Show, live from Orange County on this Jimmy Buffett Friday. Talk Radio 790 KABC. It's the John Phillips Show on Talk Radio 790 KABC. live from Orange County.
We are broadcasting live at Rove, Santa Ana, and Recharge by Gelson's, 1008 East 17th Street in Santa Ana, off the 5 at the corner East 17th in Lincoln. It's a premium convenience store attached to 40 ultra-fast EV chargers. There's barbecuing going on with burgers and hot dogs, and they're pretty affordable, so get down here as we're here till 3 o'clock.
Now, typically during the show, we give away tickets to a concert or an event. And we give out the phone number and we give it to a listener who's listening somewhere out in Radioland. But, Randy, today we're going to do it a little differently.
We are going to take one of our listeners that showed up here in Santa Ana, and we're going to give them an opportunity to win 2 tickets to the Outlaw Music Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and more at the Hollywood Bowl on May 16th. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. This is all furnished by Live Nation, and usually I'd give away the phone number here, but instead we're going to have one of our listeners play Name That Drop.
All right, we have our lucky contestant right to the left of me. What's your name, sir?
Marco Cervantes.
Okay, and where are you from, Marco?
I currently live in Lawndale. It's Redondo Beach, Manhattan Beach area.
That's where Leo Terrell, Leo 2.0, is from.
Nice.
All right. So you think you know all the drops?
We'll see.
Who's your favorite mayor?
Definitely not Karen Bass.
Okay, definitely not Karen Bass. All right. Well, Randy, do you have some drops so we can see if this lucky listener can identify who the drop is?
Now, this is some really nice tickets here. So what we're going to do is if you can get 3 out of 5, you're going to get the tickets. If not, I get the tickets.
I don't know if that's technically legal, but it's radio, so why not?
So, I'm going to play you a drop, Marco, and you're going to have to tell me who this is. Are you ready?
Let's go.
I give him the full face.
Who is this?
I give him the full face.
Wait a minute. Do they sell any tiki masala in there?
I give him the full face.
Who is that person?
It was the last mayor. I just forgot his name right now. I'll give one second.
I receive things on both ends.
What mayor was he the city of?
Los Angeles.
That's correct.
I give him the full face.
That is Eric Garcetti, who is no longer the ambassador to India.
Yippee, it's over.
But he can rhyme like Mother Goose.
Okay, now for your second drop, you're going to have to tell me who is this person.
Do a Google on YouTube.
I'll play it again.
Do a Google on YouTube.
Who is that person?
Actually, you asked the wrong question, Randy. Who is that jackass?
We can come up with data to support almost any argument.
Who is this man?
Do a Google on YouTube.
What do you think?
I'm drawing a blank right here.
Okay, I'll give you a hint. The father of the first one let OJ off. This guy let everyone else off.
We're going to call it, that one is George Gascon.
Yeah.
But it's okay. It's okay. You've already gotten one. You just need 2 more to win. Tell me, who is this?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Who is this former mayor?
This is a fun event.
Wait, give him the phone sex operator voice.
Oh, I have to find that one. These are all over the place. Here.
That's right. I like that. That was amazing.
What is her name?
She's from the Bay Area, correct?
Yes. What city was she the mayor of?
Oakland.
Yeah!
There you go.
That, of course, is Mayor Sheng Tao.
But at the end of the day...
Okay, if you get one more, you're going to get these tickets to see Willie Nelson. Okay, who is this jackass?
Google it.
The worst governor ever.
Yes, that is correct.
Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, excuse me.
There we go. I think that's 3 out of 5. Congratulations.
For extra credit, give him one more.
Okay, for extra credit, and this is solely for bragging rights, who is this?
And I want you to be all the way pissed off.
You guys keep making me nervous.
Who is this?
Name.
Who is this?
Get that money.
Who is this?
We demand higher pay.
Any idea? What union do you think she represents?
The teachers union.
There you go. You got the extra credit. Congratulations. You are getting 2 tickets to the Outlaw Music Festival with Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, Billy Strings, and more at the Hollywood Bowl on May 16th. Thank you so much for playing along. Kevin's going to help you out. Make sure you get those tickets and have a great time. And anytime we do a live event, you know we're going to be playing Name That Drop.
Now, I've heard those Cecily Myart cruise drops at least 1 million times. When you hear them on speakers at a convenience store, I don't know if you saw it, but the guy at the cash register was just unloading the money.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
All right, we're late for a break.
All right, we got one more hour coming up on the John Phillips Show, live from Orange County. It's Talk Radio 790 KABC.
That was fantastic.